we're talking about the most digestibility, the most digestible fat and protein, even more so than milk, are eggs, raw eggs. They digest in 16 to 23 minutes. So anybody who has a severe digestive problem, I put them on lots of eggs. And if they're very seriously ill and they're going to die within a few hours or a few days, almost nothing but eggs. A little butter and honey if it won't cause them to vomit. Take for example, it's in the recipe book. Had an MD called me on a Thursday night, very late. It was like probably 10 o'clock, 10:30 my time, and she was in Maine or Massachusetts. And so it had to be like 1 o'clock in the morning for her, 1:30. And she said, I've got an emphysemic patient that was diagnosed 7 years ago. She's mainly been on machines for the last 2 years and bedridden. She's going to die this weekend probably. She's that bad. Even she can't, even with the machines working, she's not breathing well at all. And I said, well, you're calling me a little late, aren't you? And she said, well, I am an MD, and a patient has to, we can't recommend anything alternative until the patient is at death's door or been on medical therapy for 10 years. And I said, that's the law? And she said, that's law. So you are all condemned, if you go to a medical doctor, to only get information that the pharmaceutical industry puts out. Nothing about alternatives. If it's an MD who does, he's a rogue and he's breaking the law. And I like that guy. I like him if he tells alternative stuff. But he's breaking the law and he could lose his practice very easily. So I said, well, that's your conscience. The only thing I can recommend at this point, so she doesn't have to spend any time digesting, is you get her lots of raw eggs, get her about 10, 15 dozen, put them at her bed table, and tell her to eat one as often as she can, as many as she can. The more the better. So I got a call on Monday morning from a raspy voiced woman. She says, it worked, what should I do now? I said, worked? Who are you? She said, well, my doctor called you and you told her that I should eat lots of eggs. I ate 66 eggs in 2 days. She says, I'm out of bed, off the machines, what else do I do? Oh, you're that one. So this is a woman who's going to die of emphysema that week, was out of the bed and off the machines from eating 66 eggs over 48 hours. And I said, just keep eating the eggs. Eating the eggs, add some raw meat if you can eat it, and milk. Otherwise, just stick with eggs for a long time. Because your body can't afford to spend its energy digesting. You need to spend it healing. And I said, eggs alone will cause weight loss because they're digested and utilized so rapidly. So you have to eat enough. You have to eat, if I don't want to lose weight, I have to at least 33 a day. If I eat 30 a day, I will lose a little bit of weight, just a little bit. If I eat 15 a day, I'll lose a half a pound a day. Eggs cause intense weight loss because all that protein is easily digestible, and it goes in and starts pulling out old toxic fat out of the body. So I don't give you that information for you to utilize that, you women who want to be skinny. Because skinny is not your friend. Just take a look at Twiggy.